I'm a great believer in using standard Gimp tools, but sometimes you need to use plugins to aid production, and this is a look at some, especially for animations. So I've got an animated globe there. It's 80 layers. I'm going to use one of those layers as a template because I want to put a moon revolving around there. And for this, I'm going to use a plugin, Follow Path, Arachne Follow Path. And for that, I need a new layer for the moon. I'm just going to use a simple white blob here for the moon. You would use something a little bit more spectacular, I'm sure. So there it is in its own layer. And I need the orbit for this. It's going to follow this elliptical selection. And for the selection, I need to change that to a path. Now I can turn the selection off and we'll show the path in there. It's a paths dialog. While I'm in the paths dialog, I can right click. I'll move this up. So paths dialog, right click, down the bottom, follow path, and we get our Arachne Follow Path plugin dialog. Looks like this. To see something, you need to change it up. I want 28 versions of this. Because it's a close path, I actually need 29. Number 1 and number 29 are exactly the same location. So I'll OK that. I could have done this by hand, but it would have been very, very tedious. What do we get? Well, we get a layer group of lots of individual layers. Looks like that. And each layer is a very small, just the bare minimum around the moon. I could do this editing later, but I'll do it now, and then it's out the way. I need to get rid of the moon behind the Earth, so I'll make a selection just to constrain myself in case I get over enthusiastic and delete too much. Top one is the same as the bottom one. I want to delete that. And there it's just a matter of finding a place to start. There we are. I can delete that one, and then of course I can delete that one. You see how the layers are tiny. Remember, it's an orbit. The other ones will be at the other end of the path, like that. One more tiny little bit of that, and that would create the effect of going behind the Earth. Don't need that anymore. And my templates don't need that anymore, and I don't need the selection anymore. There we are. We've got that. Now then, these are little layers in a layer group, so I need to get them out of the layer group for an animation. Animations won't work with layer groups, and that All Goods plugin does that very nicely. But they're still tiny little layers, and for the next one I need everything to be the same size as the canvas. So a trick here is I'll put in a temporary blank layer right at the top. Easy to find at the top. And then I'll use offnets interleave layers, but in title mode there's no title going on here, it's blank. There you see that blank layer right at the top. Merge them, yes. Don't want to cancel it. OK that. And that has the effect of forcing all those little layers to the canvas size. So there we are. What have I got? I've got 28 layers in that image. That's a duplicate. That's the old one. I should really save that. Remember to save your work as you go along. Very easy to lose work in an animation with all those layers. But I've got 28 layers there. And in this one I've got 80 layers. What do? I'm going to use another one of offnets. Hold the shift key down, click to join everything together. And there I've got a copy link layers. That doubles them up. I'll do it again to add another 28 on. That gets me up to 84 layers. I need to lose 2 layers, so I'll lose 2 from the top. Remember, symmetry is everything. 2 from the bottom. These are the ones that are behind the earth. Timing might be a little bit out, but there we go. Can't have everything. So now I can go and put the ring of moons over the earth. Looks like that. How to check it? I'm going to use that little Annie Tools. Doesn't do very much, but it does it very well. I'll scrub all that off and just have simple layer numbers. For the test, I'm going to have to put in the GIF command replace into an animation, play back, just as a check. And there it does rotate behind the earth as well as in front. So hope this helps.